All right, good morning. I will just sort out that audio. There we go. Yeah, I was meant to go live at 8:30, but I was sat at my desk and I just thought, why am I waiting around? I was waiting around to go live while I was ready. I wake up at the same time pretty much every morning. I just thought, why not go live? And we'll talk about the FPL Gameweek 10 deadline. How about that? I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to quickly tweet a second. We'll go to my team. I'll just quickly tweet a second to say that we're live. So bear with. Hashtag FPL Game Week 10 deadline stream. I'm a little bit sneezy this morning, just a heads up. Sitting about my desk at the moment, it's making me sneezy, so I need to give it a good clear when we're done with this one, I think. But yeah, I hope everyone's keeping well. I'm going to just tweet. I'm just tweeting that we're live, and then I'll be right with you. Righto, who have we got in the chat then? We got Andy, we got Wani Khan, Cole Palmer, Muppet Salah, Victor Frankel, good to see you, mate. Glenn, good to see you, Ems. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning, Ben. Morning, mate. Would you honestly consider captaining Gabriel? I'm not going to do it, but it's a consideration. We love that, Samir Brown. That's what we do, mate. Morning, everyone. Good to see you, Alex, mate. Amanda, good to see you. Andy Burton, I think Bournemouth let in Haaland type of goals, though. We will see, my friend. Ben, is Pedro to Mateta worth a -4? Do you know what? Do you know my honest opinion on João Pedro this week? I think because I've sold him this week, he's going to score 2 goals. I probably wouldn't take a hit to do it. If I could do it for free, I would, but I probably wouldn't take a hit to do it. Considering Dan Burn out for Mukiele and Gehi up to Munoz. Nah, I don't think that is worth it. Good to see you, Utility Massage. Neil Brady, good to see you. Will you be reviewing teams? Yes. So, I like something in return for the team review. So, if we can hit 100 likes on the stream, I will do some team reviews. Is Anderson fit? I think he will be. Is Alderete fit? Reggie Debris, the Sunderland manager, seems to have alluded to the fact that he's fit. We had an update from Ben Dinnery on Alderete. So let's have a quick look. It was concussion that he was out with, so I don't think they're taking their chances. Here we go. So this is the quote on Alderete. He is still a doubt for Everton because he is in the concussion protocols, but we hope he will be out of them tomorrow. That's the quote, mate. Mate, you don't have to tell me you got a question, just ask it. Who are you talking about there, Amanda? Good morning, Paul. Good to see you, mate. It is great to see you too on this Saturday morning. Semenyo or Tarkovsky? I would start Semenyo, mate. Definitely. Would you bench Caicedo? I'd bench Caicedo, I think. Answer to that question is Haaland, mate, but I think Gabriel is probably the second best captain this week. Alex is captaining Eze. Fair enough. I'm very well, thank you, Paul. I have Richards and Anderson. Who would you reckon? I'd start both of them if you can. Tarkovsky, Pedro out, Anderson and Mateta in. I like that. I would also consider Chris Richards if you don't have him already. Or Gehi. Enzo or Sarr. Ooh, 50-50, mate. I'm completely 50-50. I went for Enzo because I could bring him in last week, so I get an extra week, if that makes sense. I don't think Sarr versus Arsenal was a transfer in, so I went for Enzo. That was the kind of edge in it for me. But if I was to decide this week, I think it's a complete 50-50, because I know Enzo has got Tottenham this week, but their next couple of fixtures are really good. So, yeah. Would you bench Caicedo? I've already answered that. Pom-Tom, I would definitely have Enzo over Neto. I'm just not sure about Pedro Neto's minutes. Start Thiago or Semenyo? I'd actually say Thiago, to be honest. Should I start Mukiele over Njai? No, I'd start Njai. Last chance for Gyökeres. Yeah, he went a couple weeks ago for me. My team has changed slightly, Nixie. We've had some news. Would you captain Welbeck? Probably not. I think Leeds are actually a lot better defensively than the table says. Arav, good to see you early, mate. Would you play Anderson or Kudus? I'd play Kudus, I think, but I'd probably start Anderson regardless, though. There must be someone he can replace. I've already answered that, Henry. Just start João Pedro. I'd start Caicedo, I think, over Mukiele this week. Start Josh King, Paquetá, Alderete. Gut feel is Calvert-Lewin. Who would you double up with, Bruno and Mbumo? I don't understand that question, Darren Teague. Enzo might not play as... I don't care. I need to see one of Sarr, Saka, Minte, and Jai, Semenyo. You need to bench one. Semenyo, I think. And then Paul's just said Semenyo should start every game. Is Iwobi a punt? Easy fix. I don't really understand that question either. I wouldn't pick Iwobi though. Mateta or Voltemada? I'd go Mateta. Nixie, I think I would start Richards. Thank you, Top 10 Travel. Yeah, please consider subscribing as well as leaving a like on the stream. If we get 100 likes, I'll do some team reviews from Twitter. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, please subscribe. I'm hoping, ladies and gentlemen, that we can do 19,000 subscribers this weekend. That is the goal. That is the aim. If you can help me get there, I'll be very grateful. We'll just have a quick check of subscriber count a second. Bear with, just got to blow my nose. But yeah, if you could help me get to 19,000 subscribers this weekend, I'll be very grateful for that. Do you think moving from Saka to Rice is a good move? I wouldn't buy Rice. I think I'd have Njai, Ismaila Sarr, Enzo over Rice at that price. That all rhymed, didn't it? Mate, it's hard to say if a transfer is the right call. I don't know. I would have done it, but I'm not sure. I don't think so, Nixie, but it's a question that people are going to ask, isn't it? Cheers. I think this is a good team, innit? I'm pretty pleased with this team. Caicedo replacement options. It depends. I think I'd only really replace him if I had money in the bank. Yeah, I don't hate Mbumo. It just depends who you're selling, Darren, I would say. Simon, I just have a feeling, mate, that... I don't know how if you've got any Arsenal fans in the chat or whatever, but I just have a feeling that Timber is more nailed than Calafiori. Should one really triple up on Palace? Yeah, sure. That's not too bad at all. Different question. Would you take a -4? No. Nah, I wouldn't bother. The player... So if you're taking a -4, basically, the player you're bringing in has to score and João Pedro has to blank for it to be worth it. I'll look at your team in just a second. Start Dubravka or Petrovic, and any consideration for Salah cap. Petrovic. I'd start Dubravka. Oh god, that's so tough. They've both got Arsenal, Man City. Petrovic. We'll look at Paul's team. By the way, I know I said team reviews at 100 likes, but if you're a member, this is one of the benefits that you get. So if you want to join the channel as a member for a team review, you can feel free, or do a super chat. But yeah, this is how we do it on here. Right, so here's what my team looked like. Let's have a look at Paul's team. 29463. Would you consider Mbumo? No, I wouldn't buy Mbumo for Semenyo. This is Paul's team. I think I'd start Sanchez in goal. Yeah, what a good team. Good team this, Paul. Added Sarr in game week 7. Love it, mate. Mateta since game week 1. Hopefully he repays you in the coming weeks. 7.8 million now. I'm glad I did my early moves then, because João Pedro went down in price. Mateta went up in price. Guehi's gone up in price. I think my moves were sensible. I would have lost. If I didn't make my moves on Thursday, I would have lost a 0.4 million actually. So I would have been close to not being able to make my moves, I think. Assuming Tarkowski didn't go down in price. But yeah, I would have been close to not being able to make my moves. So my early transfers on Thursday, I think, were justified. Darren Teague, yeah, I just wouldn't take a hit for that either. I'd keep Reinders and get rid of Chris Wood. But then I wouldn't take a hit, mate, this week. I don't think you need to take a hit. Anderson or Mukiele, I'd go Anderson. You bought Gabriel and Timber. Interesting. I don't mind it. I think Anderson's going to play is the only thing, though. Wild card for game week 10. Chogol Temper, I've made a video for that. But I'd probably pick Anderson in it now. Yeah, I think Anderson starts. Are you that confident that Richards is out? No, I've not. If you read the ticker at the bottom, it looks like he's ready to go, mate. Should I bench boost with Van Heck, Senesi, Stack and Dubravka? You know what? No. I think there's going to be better weeks for that. I wouldn't do it this week. Bench boost maybe next week. Leeds have got Forest away. Bournemouth have got Villa away. Yeah, I'd do it next week. Or even game week 12. Game week 12, Villa at home for Leeds. Who do Burnley have? Yeah, I'd do it either next week or game week 12, mate. I do think Anderson starts. Good to know we got the same bench. I want to captain one of the Arsenal defenders. Interesting. I think Gabriel captain's an interesting shout. I saw a lot of people doing it, which is why it's on my my stream title. But at the same time, I'm not sure I would do it. What are your thoughts on the double/blank game weeks? Nah. I think it occurs in 16, doesn't it, when we get our 5 free transfers for AFCON? So, yeah. A streamer thinking that chat can read. We'll let him off. So why waste a transfer from Richards to Guehi? I didn't. Is this another example of someone not being able to read? It literally says I sold Tarkowski to get Guehi, not Richards. I didn't sell Richards. Richards has never been in my FPL team. I did not sell Richards. Would you do Saliba to Munoz for a -4? No. Just have Alderete. Just go for Alderete, mate. Thoughts on Sarr plus Mark Gu? I actually prefer Thiago and King, you know. To make captain Anthony Gordon. No, I wouldn't captain Gordon, mate. Not for me. He's not done anything really this season. If you've got a feeling that Croupy Jr. will score, Alex, I would start him. The only thing to say is it does look like Evan Nilsson's back. But I don't think Evan Nilsson starts. So, yeah. I personally prefer Chris Richards, Mohammed. Do you think Forest can turn their form around? I don't think they'll get relegated under Sean Dyche, but I don't know how good they'll be. I think defensively they'll improve. I don't know, Jason. You've not given me enough info. If you're going to ask me questions, you have to assume that I don't know what your team looks like. And your question there does not give me enough context to be able to decide that for you, I'm afraid. I did Van der Ven, Pedro and Reinders to Gate. I like that. That's a good move. Mukiele or Enzo? I'd say Enzo. Tarkovsky and Tosin to Anderson. No. Don't take the hit for it. No need to take the hit. Just get one of them. Make one of the moves. Is Bowen out? No. Don't need to take a hit for that. Anyone asking me whether they should take a hit, unless you can't field 11 players, I wouldn't take a hit. When do you think Liverpool will improve? It's a good question. I actually have no idea. I don't know when they'll improve. I've not seen any signs yet to suggest it. I just think it's going to be slow progress right through to Christmas, to be honest. Start Van der Ven or Senesi. Got to say Van der Ven, haven't you? Would you go Timber to Gabriel? No. You've made your Timber bed now. I would consider selling Gyökeres to get Gabriel, actually, so you can have an extra Arsenal defender. I know it's not the deadline for another 5 hours. This is what I do. Bro, Dan Burn or Richards? Richards. I would bench... I think I'd bench Semenyo or Bowen. Start Rangers or Drewsbury Hall. Ooh. Gut feel says Rangers. Yeah, Newcastle away and not Newcastle at home, I agree. Bear with, back in a sec. Cortex, my mate, I hope you're keeping well. What was I going to say? Someone asked me when we're doing team reviews on 100 likes. So if anyone, if anyone wants to leave a like rating on the stream so they can get their team rated, then that'd be appreciated. Oh, did I not mute my mic? I do apologise. I was blowing my nose. You have to forgive me for that one. I thought I put it on mute. Would you sell one of Njai or Enzo next week for Sarr? No. I didn't mute it the first time. What? Oh, I've got two. Oh, that's annoying. I've got two audio feeds. That'd be why. I did mute it, but the other one stayed open. Sorry about that. I will work on that. Also, it's what's made it really difficult is when people come into the chat now. I don't know if you guys see this, but people's names no longer come up, so I get their YouTube username. So someone said, "Hi Tom, hi everyone. I do not know what to call you. LYAHA. I don't know what to call you. I do apologise, but it's good to see you." Gablak, would you take a -4 for Paquetá to Minter? I think West Ham look really awful. I just wouldn't take a hit, mate. I just wouldn't take a hit. I don't think you need to take a hit. I'd probably start Semenyo. I know, it's so rubbish, isn't it? I don't know. Can I change it? Participants. No, I can't change it. It just gives us a YouTube app. Are you live till the deadline? I'll probably be live until about 11:30 UK time. So I'll be live for a few hours on the channel. Love the streams. Thank you, mate. Sorry, the chat is going a bit quickly, so I might miss some. Njai to Minter? Absolutely not. No, I would not sell Iliman Njai. Yeah, Zeitgul. I can still see you as Zeitgul on here, though. Welbeck versus Thiago. I'd say Thiago, I think. I do not play Clash Royale, mate. I don't really play any video games of any sort, really. Any spare time I get goes on YouTube at the moment. Captaincy dilemma here. I have Welbeck, Voltemada, Mbumo, Haaland, Gabriel and Saka. Why do you not have Haaland, mate? Cheers, Aaron. We're determined with this channel. I'm hoping we can make it a full-time thing one day. But at the same time, I just absolutely love doing it. What a way to spend a Saturday morning, right? Sorry, I was just checking something. Morning, mate. Gahey or Richards? Well, I went Gahey because more goal threat. Crystal Palace, and I don't think the goal threat is like a purple patch either. I think the goal threat is genuine because of how good Palace have been from set pieces. And he's not bad for DEFCON. And the calf injury that Chris Richards has had, he might be fit and ready to go for this game week. But I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. Gahey seems to be like injury issue free. So I'm just not sure about Richards. Also, unfortunately, I left my bottle at the gym yesterday, so I'm drinking out of a Thatcher's glass this morning. Oh, Nixie, I'm actually out tonight, mate. So we're doing Halloween tonight instead. I thought my party was yesterday, and it was lucky that I checked because I would have rocked up to this my mate's house on my own, dressed as a referee, and yeah, that would have been a bit silly. So we didn't go yesterday. It's tonight. Gakpo or João Pedro? I'd probably say Gakpo. Yo, Cortex, don't do that. Don't do that. Start Mukiele or Caicedo. Caicedo for me, I think. I just feel like he's got a floor of 4 points. Would you sell Gyökeres, Enzo, Njai, or Bruno next week, or should I roll and wait? I wouldn't sell any of them. I don't think those moves are a good idea. I gotta say, I don't think those moves are a good idea at all. Is it worth running to? I mean, look at my team. I think this is genuinely right, and I don't mean to sound arrogant or cocky or whatever, but I think this is quite possibly the best team you can pick in FPL right now. I mean, with the exception of maybe Semenyo, I'd have Mbumo this week. I think this is basically a free hit / wildcard team, to be honest. I don't really know a player in this team that I'd want to improve desperately. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't sound arrogant, but I'm really happy with my team. Yeah, Halloween in the UK has changed a little bit, where people don't necessarily dress up as something scary anymore. They dress up as just stuff. It's a bit more Americanized now. And I'll be honest, I just thought it'd be easy. All you got to do is wear a t-shirt and a whistle, haven't you? Is that actual Bonnie Blue in the chat telling me to get Jacob Murphy in? I won't buy Jacob Murphy, thank you. What is the best time to use triple captain? Game week 13, I think, when Haaland plays Leeds at home. That's the best time I've got at the moment. Brother, I've got my card book and everything. Look, I've got a pencil, so I can write people's names down, and the yellow card pamphlet opens, and we've got a little book in there, and it's an official FIFA red and yellow card book. So yeah, I do have my red and yellow cards ready to go. I will not be shaving my head for Halloween. Thank you very much. Are Chelsea weak defending set pieces? My gut feel is Van de Ven. We'll see, Paul. We will see. We will see. I have to get girls' phone numbers. Mate, we'll see. I'm not really that kind of person, to be honest. That's not really my personality. What chips do you have remaining? Free hit and triple captain. Yes, the VAR will be coming out. One would assume if we do some drinking games that I can do that. Thanks, admins, for doing that. Someone was spamming the chat. I'm going to blow my nose again, but this time I'm actually going to go on mute, if that's okay. Hopefully, you're not going to be able to hear it. I was muted. You didn't know what I was doing. There is an outside chance that Arsenal have a double game. Yeah, exactly. So I think stay loose about it. And also, let's just talk about that a second. I reckon if Arsenal had a double game week in game week 16, who is the best Arsenal player to triple captain? Would you give it to Saka or would you give it to Gabriel? I think that's an interesting one, isn't it? By the way, if you haven't already, please leave a like rating on the stream. If we get to 100 likes, I'll do some team reviews on Twitter. So yeah, I'll do a tweet asking for you to send your teams in, and we'll have a look through all the teams and review them on stream. But we need to get to 100 likes before I'll do that. So yeah, leave a like rating on the stream. We're currently on 69 likes. Well, hey. Should I captain Voltemada or Haaland? Haaland, mate. Krupi Jr. or Reece James? My gut says Krupi Jr. Saka or Salah? For what? Danny Welbeck's not bad at all. Yeah, I don't mind Danny Welbeck. I have Voltemada instead of Saka. Is it okay? Or should I transfer him in? No, I think you're fine, mate. João Pedro, Gakpo and Van de Ven to Welbeck, Sarr and Gabriel for a -4. João Pedro, Gakpo, Van de Ven to Welbeck, Sarr and Gabriel. You only need to make 2 of those moves, I think. I would get Gabriel and Sarr in, and I wouldn't do the Welbeck move. But I guess that's only if you can afford it. But yeah, I wouldn't do the hit. I don't have a Colombian cold, mate. I think I have a dust allergy and my desk is a little bit dusty, that's all. Voltemada is great value. Don't rip up your team to get Saka in. Yeah. I agree. I don't like taking hits. 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 We need to get Tom as #1 FPL content creator. Well, I appreciate that, mate. I'm trying. My friend. Should I have Haaland/Voltemada or Haaland/Mateta? If you don't have to use transfers, Mr. Jason Tatum, good NBA basketball player, him, I would just have Haaland and Voltemada. Mate, that doesn't make sense, the football guy. That question, how can I possibly answer that? It doesn't make sense. Salah captain over Haaland? No. Not for me. If Gyökeres blanks, should I sell him? I sold him a couple weeks ago, mate. I just haven't seen enough from him, to be honest. I'm not sure about Reece James. He is the biggest troll in FPL history, basically. So I'm not sure I can back him. I'll be honest with you. I'm not too sure about Reece James. Good to see you, Freddie. Senesi or Rodon this week? Actually, my gut feel says Rodon, you know. My gut feel says Rodon. Chelsea defenders are good picks next week. Well, Cucurella is a good pick. Yeah, don't mind Chelsea defence. Should I start Van der Ven or Semenyo this week? I can also start him instead of Richards. Do I take the risk? So, again, who are you talking about? The question, it's really hard to answer because it's not worded properly. I can't answer that. I would have Sarr over Mateta. Not sure. I think Mateta being on penalties swings it for me. I am currently wondering, everyone's talking about Voltemada. I'm actually of the mind that, I said this is probably the best team you can pick in FPL, but I'm actually of the mind that Voltemada's probably better than Saka. So maybe the team is a 3-4-3 with Voltemada instead of Saka. That might be the best team in FPL. Hi mate, I have 2 million in the... All these questions that I can't answer. Are people doing it on purpose? I have 2 million in the bank. Who would you go for, Sarr or Mbumo, to replace? To replace who? You've left out the key part of the question. I can't answer it, I'm afraid. Is it worth it to get Mbumo, a 4.5 million defender, and Mark Gu in a couple of game weeks? I don't know, mate. Maybe... But that's way too far in advance for me to think about, to be honest. Please like. Yes, 6 likes to go and I'll do some team reviews. Yeah, just give me some... You have to imagine, right? There are currently 300 people watching the stream. You have to imagine... I don't know what your team looks like. So you can't ask me a question under the assumption that I know what your team is. As I can't answer that. Fuck, I'm so sorry. To replace Kudus, I'd keep Kudus, mate. What's wrong with Kudus? I think Mbumo, probably. But at the same time, I don't think keeping Kudus is a terrible decision. We are on 100 likes, ladies and gentlemen. That means we're going to do some team reviews. So, I'm going to do a tweet. Sorry, mate, I don't use Blue Sky. We can get rid of that message. So I've done a tweet. I'm just going to share it. Your team to get it reviewed. There's the tweet. We'll pin it. I'm just going to change a couple things about the stream as well. Team reviews. And then I got a new thumbnail as well. So I will do Freddie's first because he's a member, and then we'll catch up. So import. We're not doing it by FPL ID. We're doing it by tweet. 3327, and we'll do Lalex's as well. Just because they're members, they get an advantage. I do need a tissue, bro. We are back. Right. So this is Freddie's team. That is a very good team. I would consider João Pedro to Mateta. But other than that, what a great team. Yeah, João Pedro to Mateta is your move this week, in my opinion. But other than that, mate, you are solid. And then next up, we've got Alex as well. 1859. Optimize. I can't believe it's saying don't start Voltamada. You've just got a real benching headache. I think if you've got your bench boost left, I would use it this week. I'd probably... My gut feel is start Voltamada over Bowen, excuse me. That's probably what I'd do. Voltamada over Bowen. That's what I'd do there. Right. Bloody hell. We got loads of replies. So, JBFC, should I downgrade João Pedro to Gu/Krupi Jr.? No. It's just a pointless move to make this week, in my opinion. No transfers made. It's a good team. Yeah, good team. Got nothing to say. Good team. Andrew, 0.3 million in the bank. 2 free transfers. Yeah, you don't need to do anything there, really. Paquetá's the one I'd be looking to get rid of next, and I would definitely start Munoz over Senesi. I would start Munoz over Senesi and Anderson over Rodon. And also maybe Reinders over Paquetá. But it's a good team. Nixie, anything, who to bench? I would definitely bench Mukiele and start Richards, I think. But other than that, the team is fine, Nixie. Guardiola and Reinders out for Anderson and Sarr. Yeah, probably. I'd also consider a Palace defender as well. Mate, I've got 20 to go through. I'm not going to refresh. I had 5 free transfers. Already used 1 to do Pedro to Mateta. Thinking of doing Gyökeres, Reinders and Richards to Gu, Saka, Munoz. Yep. Oh, I don't get the hype on over Mark Gu. I would just go Krupi Jr. Mick. I would start Rodon over Senesi. And then roll. Yeah, I'd roll. Jake. Yeah, good team. I'd be looking to get Reinders out. Maybe you could do that this week. I think there might be a point in time this season where you may want triple Chelsea. Wanted to buy a Palace player, but missed the price changes. Should I roll? No, I do João Pedro to Mateta. That'd be my move for you this week, mate. good team. I got no comments on this one. Hello. No comments. FPL Gunners. Raya, Gabriel, Munoz. Yeah, good team. Good team. No comments. Good team. Sorry, I can't do an ID. Raya, Gabriel, Gahey, Keane, Sarr, Saka, Semenyo. Good team. Good team. AGF, SCD. Yeah, good team. Good team. Kazo. Another good team. I'd maybe look at getting Rangers out, but it's a good team. Is this actual Mo Salah, is it? Last chance for Gyökeres. 2 free transfers, and do I make any subs? Nah, fine. Team's fine. Don't need to do anything. Soros. Yeah, good team. Last chance maybe for Foden. 3 free transfers, nothing in the bank. I'd start Alderete over Senesi because you might as well. I just think you've got too much money on your bench here. You don't need Jadon Anthony because I think it gives you, I don't know, I feel like you could have a much stronger team if you downgraded him. You could probably get Voltemada in for Isidore. It's probably what I'd do, to be fair. If there's a way you can get Voltemada in for Isidore, I'd do it. But you've got Haaland and Salah, to be fair. Noah, PP, Raya, Gabriel, Munoz, Mukiele, Esteval. Interesting. You did. João Pedro. Yeah, good team. Done well. Thomas, wildcard plan. You're on your wildcard. It's a good team. It's a good team if you're on your wildcard. Alright, let's see who has shot me their team then, shall we? So we got that one. Ethan, who should I sub on? What should I do with João? Do João Pedro to Mateta. I would play Anderson over Senesi. And maybe even Rodon over Van der Ven. Sujan, start Anderson or Mukiele. Yeah, Anderson. Nah, that team's perfect as it is. Reese. 1 free transfer left. Kudus out. Maybe you could get Kudus out for Ismaila Sarr, but at the same time, I think Kudus is good. But maybe Kudus to Sarr could be your move. Jordan. This is the last one, I think. No, I'd keep Van der Ven on your bench. There we go. We'll pause the team reviews for now. I'm just going to blow my nose again. Anmol Prasad. Rangers to Mbumo for a hit. It depends. It depends who else you're starting. I don't know. Greetings from rainy Manchester. Hoping for some luck this week. My children are well ahead of me. Yeah, let's get you ahead of your kids, mate. Good luck to you. Got to show them who's boss, you know? I really don't understand the mindset of just not even considering a hit. Well, I just don't like hits, mate. It depends who you've got, right? It just depends who you've got in your team. Like, I think a hit is only worth it if you can't field 11 decent players. Because you can just wait a week and do the transfer for free. Do you know what I mean? That's my thoughts behind it. Should I get Neto? No, I'd pick Enzo. Hits do add up. They're 4 points. Basically, if you take a hit, the player you bring in, like, it has to return for it to be worth it. They have to return, sorry, for it to be worth it. Sorry. Right. Levi, I've checked about 20 now. I'm always going to miss someone. We'll have a look again, and I'll tell you what, if we do 150 likes, I'll do a new round of team reviews. How about that? Gyökeres to Voltemada for a hit this week? No. Are you listening to the stream at all? Like, sorry, mate. No, don't mean to offend you, but you've been in the chat the whole time. I said don't take hits, and you've just asked me the question, Gyökeres to Voltemada for a hit. Like, no. Gyökeres is playing Burnley away. Like, there's just no way you should do that. There's just no way you should do that. Who best to start out of Chalobah, Rodon, or Senesi? My gut feel is Rodon. I'd say Rodon. Leeds are not that bad defensively, actually. Same for your question, James Carr. Raya, Tarkovsky, Senesi, Mukiele, Gabriel Richards. I was thinking Bruno. Yeah, I don't hate it as long as it's not for a hit. Have you done team predictions yet? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I'm going to change the title of the team. Predicted lineups. FPL Gameweek 10 deadline stream. Predicted lineups. Let's have a goosey gander then at Jump the Wave. Let's have a look. Okay, here we are. Here we are. So, if anyone, you're not invisible user, but at the same time, I'm doing other things. Sorry, bear with. What's that on my face? There we go. So what we've got here is a prediction of lineups from fans of various clubs, right? So Emma Jump the Wave on Twitter asks, I think it's 20 fans to predict who's going to be in the starting lineup for respective Premier League teams. And this is the Arsenal team prediction. And it's pretty much the team you'd expect, really. Raya, Timber, Gabriel. It's not going to be Saliba, Mascara, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Saka, Trossard, Gyökeres. So that's the Arsenal predicted team. Aston Villa, we've got Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Pau Torres, Luka Dean, Kamara, Onana, McGinn, Rogers, Guisant, and Watkins. I think that's a strong Villa team, that. They've obviously just beaten Man City 1-0 as well. So, yeah. Brighton, we got Verbruggen, Van Heck, Dunk. De Kerper's only 50%. Kalioglu, Vifer, Baleba, Ayari, Gomez. So, 50-50 between De Kuiper and Gomez by the looks of it. Minte, Ruter, and Welbeck. Chelsea, Sanchez in goal. Reece James is going to start alongside Chalobah. The other defenders are a bit of a minefield by the looks of it. It looks like Chalobah is going to be the one, but one of Tosin, Fofana, Akipong are going to play. It doesn't seem like anyone is sure. Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, Garnacho, and João Pedro. Liverpool, Obviously, no Alisson, so Dashvili keeps his place. Bradley, Virgil van Dijk, Kanate. Bit of lack of security around the left back and CDM. But it's predicted Szoboszlai, Salah, Gakpo, Wirtz and Ekitike will play. Isak is not predicted to start. Man City, Donnarumma in net. Mateus Nunes at right back. Ruben Diaz, Guardiola. 50-50 between Stones and O'Reilly by the looks of it. Nico Gonzalez, but it does look like Rodri could be fit. Reinders, Bernardo Silva, Savinho is a bit of a minefield. Doku's a bit of a minefield. Cherky, not sure. But Foden and Haaland are both 100%. Obviously with Reinders too. Thing for me with Reinders, right, is I think he's really good. He's a really good player and a good signing. But I just don't think he's an FPL asset. At Man United, Lamens, Dalot, Delict, Euro, Shaw. Interesting. Where's the third centre-back then? Interesting. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad, Mbumo, Cunha, and Sesko. Newcastle, I think Krupa Jr. will play, Levi, to be honest. Pope, Trippier, Tior, Botman, Byrne, Tonali, Bruno Gomes, Joe Linton, Murphy, Gordon, Voltemada. Yeah, Maguire's injured by the looks of it. Tottenham, Vicario, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven. Udogi and Spence between those two. Bentancur, Polinia, Kudus, Xavi Simons and Kolo Muani. So people predicting Kudus to play. And that, I think, is the end of the... What is that? What is that advert? I think that's the end. User, I don't even know who you are, my friend, but I will be watching Bristol City because that's the team I support. And they're playing at 3 p.m. So I will be watching them. So yeah, that's the predicted lineups. That's the predicted lineups, ladies and gentlemen. If we hit 150 likes, I will do some more team reviews. So if you want to leave us a like rating or subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, I would appreciate if you could subscribe because we're closing in on 19,000 subscribers and I reckon we've got a good chance of doing that this weekend with a fair wind and a bit of luck. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Golden Goal channel and leave us a like rating. I also have something to talk about as well. Me and my mate, FPL Tom, we are launching something together called the FPL Cartel, which I'm very excited to be working on with Tom on. We will hopefully have that launched and up and running next week, but the FPL Cartel will bring you an exclusive weekly podcast, a private Discord, and a members-only mini-league with monthly prizes. So we are looking forward to the FPL Cartel launch, and you'll see that there are a couple of streams currently on my channel with the both of us. But the FPL Cartel will be a subscriber thing. So we will charge, I think it's £7.50 a month we're going to go for. And in return, you get that weekly podcast with an opportunity to ask us questions. We'll make sure to cover all the questions on the podcast. And yeah, I just think, you get team reviews, team advice, etc. on there. And I just think if you were to look at one of the bigger YouTubers, for example, in order for them to actually read a message in their chat, you'd have to send them a super chat. And this is a super chat per month for direct access to 2 FPL YouTubers, basically. So that was our thinking behind it. And yeah, I'm very excited to work with FPL Tom on the cartel. So if you want to join the cartel, you can't do it just yet, but I thought I'd advertise it early. There's a link in the description below to our landing page. Once we get everything set up, you'll be able to join. I've got a couple of bits of data to go through as well. So first up, though, I have predicted some scores. So here's what I've said is going to happen this game week. I've got Brighton beating Leeds 2-1. Arsenal beating Burnley 3-0. Palace 2, Brentford 1. Fulham 2, Wolves 0. Man United 3, Forest 1. Spurs and Chelsea, I've gone for a 1-1 draw in that game. Liverpool and Villa, I've actually said that'll be 2-2. Based on Villa's results against Man City weekend just gone, I think they're starting to work themselves out a little bit of Villa. I think Newcastle will beat West Ham 3-1. Man City are going to score a few versus Bournemouth. I've got them winning 4-2.
And then Sunderland are going to draw 2-2 with Everton. Those are my predictions. Do you agree, disagree with any of those predictions? We've also got some stats from Solio as well. There should be a link to Solio in the description below. But what we've got here is basically the top teams for projected goals and clean sheet odds. Arsenal, over the next 6 game weeks, are the number one team for projected goals and clean sheet odds. So that's, I thought, an interesting proposition. Man City second for projected goals. Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea, Brighton, Palace. In terms of clean sheet odds, the order goes Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle, Palace, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton. So I just thought it was interesting to see the projected goals and clean sheet odds. This is what we're looking at for this game week. Interesting one, isn't it? Interesting one. So top teams for projected goals this week. Arsenal, Brighton, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Crystal Palace and Newcastle. And in terms of defensive clean sheets, Arsenal are 52% to keep a clean sheet this week, which means they are more likely, according to these odds, more likely than not to keep a clean sheet, which I think is pretty insane. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a clean sheet odd that high before. But yeah, Arsenal are 52%. Sorry, my chair is stuck on my carpet. There we go. There we are. Just moving things around. There we go. So yeah, Arsenal 52% to keep a clean sheet. Brighton are 33 against Leeds. Man United 28 against Forest. Sorry, just move that mic around. There we go. Liverpool 32% against Villa. Man City are 36 against Bournemouth. Palace 31, Fulham 40, Newcastle 37, and then Sunderland and Everton is predicted to be fairly low scoring, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, I do wonder what will happen in that Sunderland-Everton game. BLL hasn't taken hits yet, but thinking of getting... Sorry, I'm just going to move my mic again. Thinking of getting Bruno to Saka, Gyökeres to Mateta. Yeah, I don't mind it. Should I stick with my gut and captain Gabriel? I don't mind it. If your gut says to do it, go for it. I'm going to change the title back, actually. We're going to go back to Gabriel captain in the title. You're captain in Munoz. Yeah, Mbumo does look good though, doesn't he? Do you think bench boost 10 is a good chip play? Shalaba instead of Senesi. Dubravka Rodon. Yeah, it's fine. I'd do it. Is Fernandes to Mbumo silly? I think you could downgrade someone else elsewhere. Would you go Thiago or Voltemada on wildcard? I'd probably say Voltemada. Enzo or Gordon? I'd get rid of Gordon. Who do I transfer in from T or Richards Gahey? Gut feel says Gahey. Because I went Gahey. Aaron, you got to tweet me your team. We're doing it by tweet. That seems to be the most inclusive way for everyone to get their team reviewed. Notion Vids, what is the best 4.5 Anderson or Chris Richards? Start Keane or Rodon. Szoboszlai or Enzo. Enzo for me. Is João Pedro going to come good? I just don't know, mate. I don't know on Pedro. Munoz or Anderson? Munoz, but if money was no object, Munoz. But I think Anderson is perfectly decent. Or Krupi Jr. No, I don't think he gets rotated. I think it's Krupa Junior's place to lose now for Bournemouth, to be honest. If we do, I'm going to do team reviews at 150 likes. So if we hit 150 likes, I will do some team reviews. I will do some more. And if you haven't already, please do leave a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'd really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, drop us a follow on X and Instagram. I'm at Tom H Football on Instagram and at Golden Goal FF on Twitter. So if you want to, follow me on social media, please do. I'd appreciate that. Cheers, Top 10 Travel. Yeah, please subscribe. Let's see if we can do 19,000 subscribers by the end of the stream. I wonder if it's possible. 150 to go. Good to see you, Brisky, mate. Captain Haaland, Gyökeres, or Gabriel? Haaland. Haaland, mate. Is it a good idea to triple captain Voltemada? Probably not. Paquetá to Minter or roll the transfer? I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it. Paquetá to Minte. I actually don't mind it. Sub 1. What do you mean by sub? Is that sell? Put on the bench? What do you mean? Start Mukiele or Rodon? Rodon. Bowen to Mateta, João Pedro to Voltemada for a hit. No. No, I just do Bowen to Mateta. No hit. Yes, absolutely hold in Jai. He's one of the best midfielders in the game. I would bench Gakpo, I think. Thank you, Top 10 Travel. I appreciate that, mate. It's been a journey, hasn't it? It's been a journey on this channel, that's for sure. Team reviews, when we hit 150 likes, we're one away, mate. Do some more team reviews. I'm going to get rid of the pin message because I'll do another tweet. Alright, 150 likes. I'm just doing another tweet. Watching the stream. Reply to this tweet with your team for me to review it. And then we will share the tweet. Copy link. Reply to this tweet with your team for a team review. Oh. Oh no, the chat feature on my stream thing's frozen. Bear with. YouTube is cocking up. There we go. We'll pin that message. Alright, so reply to that tweet with your team. I'll change the title again. We're doing some more team reviews. Team reviews. Oh, what the frick. There we go.
Bloody hell. Loads of people shot their replies in already. James, I'm afraid I can't do ID. You have to send me a screenshot. There's too many. There's too many to be searching up IDs, I'm afraid. Here we are. Arav. That, my friend, is a good team. I don't know why you got Dorgu, though. I'd have Anderson, but it's a good team. I don't think I'd have Reinders for too much longer, but other than that, it's a good team. Start James, Krupa Jr. or Gakpo. I'd captain Haaland, mate. I'd leave it as that. That's the team. Daryl Smith. Yeah, great team. I would consider João Pedro to Voltemada if I was you. I'm not massive on João Pedro. I consider selling him to Voltemada. Just a thought. Aaron. Yeah, good team. I don't know who you're starting, but it's a good team. Yeah, good wild card. I'm not sure I'd have Mark Gu, though. I know he's cheap, but yeah, I guess maybe it does make sense. He's like 500,000 cheaper, isn't he? And you've got no budget. Yeah, can't fault it. Great team. It's a good team, that. The only other thing you could consider is getting a goalkeeper that isn't Raya and then swapping out Gahey for an Arsenal defender. That's the only thing you could else consider, I think. Brisky. Love that, mate. We'll drop you a follow if I don't already. Legend. Raya, Pedro Porro, Ruben Diaz, Byrne. This is an interesting team. I'm not sure I agree with it on the most part. It's an interesting one. I think I'd get rid of João Pedro for Mateta or Voltemada. I wouldn't have Salah in my team right now. But he's there. I think all of your defenders play. It's not horrendous, but I'd get rid of João Pedro. I'd try and get an extra Arsenal defender in here. Definitely try and get another Arsenal defender in here, and maybe even a Crystal Palace defender as well. Daza. João Pedro definitely on the chopping block. Yeah, get Voltemada in, bro. Other than that, it's a great team. Great team other than that. Andy from Melbourne, Australia. We love that, mate. Thank you very much. Let's refresh, see if we got any others coming through. No, that was it. Keep sending your teams. Tweet me. See the pinned message in the chat, mate. Tweet me. Reply to my tweet with your team. That's how you get a review. And if you haven't already, please leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'd really appreciate that. I do think Anchepong plays. We looked at the Chelsea lineup predictions and they were pretty optimistic. So this is, I don't know how to say that name, but this is your team. Raya, Senesi, Gabriel, Munoz, Anderson. Yeah, good team. I would consider starting Rodon over Senesi, or even Krupa Jr. over Senesi. I just wouldn't play Senesi against Man City. How to get Gabriel in this team. You sack off Virgil van Dijk, and you downgrade Lacroix, or Reece James, or Saka. That's how you do it. Oh, bloody hell. Loads of stuff coming through now. T-Bone. Oh, I don't like Gravenberch. I don't like Reinders. I'd get rid of one of them this week, I think. I'm struggling with this team. Yeah, I'd get rid of one of Gravenberch or Reinders. Offside footy F1. Decent. I'd consider Bowen to Mateta or Voltemada, though.
One free transfer, change anything for this week? No, it's fine. I think that's fine this week. Jimmy Plix, good to see you in your Porsche. So many routes with 5 free transfers, but all I'm locked into is buying... Oh, someone at the gym yesterday, Jimmy Plix, had a Cayman GT4 RS in red, and it was lovely. The Porsche 6-cylinder engine, the modern one that revs to 9,000 RPM, is amongst one of the best engines that's ever been made by human beings. One day, I will have one. So we've got Raya, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Anderson, Rodon. Yeah, great team. I just don't think you need Reinders anymore. But I guess you got a bench, haven't you? Have you played your bench boost? You got 5 free transfers as well. Bear with, I just need to blow my nose again. I think I'd get rid of Stack and I'd get rid of Reinders and I would get King from Fulham and I would buy Ismail Assar. And then I would play a 3-4-3 considering benching Semenyo this week. That's probably what I'd do. Or I'd bench boost. But you could do all of that and still bench boost. Yeah, I would actually do that. So this is my view. I would consider doing that. Good to see FPL Bulldog. Josip Bilic. Oh, look at that. We got picture in picture. I'm there on your screen. Raya, Gabriel, Virgil van Dijk, Alderete, Semenyo, Njai, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Foden, Gyökeres, Haaland. It's a good team. I just don't like Reinders anymore, I've got to say. I can see a post, Caleb. You don't need to spam. Yeah, I just don't like Reinders, to be honest with you. I think that's it for team reviews, isn't it? Good to see you, Holly. I hope you and the family are well. We'll go back to Gabriel, captain. It's a debate, and my answer to the debate is no. But it is a point of debate. A -4 to do Goodmanson to Gabriel. I tell you what, I said I was totally against taking hits. That hit doesn't completely suck, is what I'll say. It doesn't completely suck. You're tempted to captain Matata, are you insane? Yes. He's not too bad, but I wouldn't captain him. Reinders or João Pedro? To do what? To start? To buy? To sell? I don't know. I mean, you got to give me some more context. If I have to choose between Man U or Newcastle attack, which one do you suggest? I don't know. You have to talk about individual players, I think. I can't tell you one team. You have to give me the players. I think with Reinders, I'd buy King from Fulham and upgrade someone else. Or just keep him, I guess. Caicedo, I think, is better, but I probably wouldn't make the move for it, though. 2 out of these 3. This week, Sarr and Njai. Bench 1 out of Enzo, Semenyo, Sarr, Minte, or Mbumo. I would bench it's Enzo or Semenyo. Start Paquetá or Xhaka. I really like Xhaka. Xhaka is a good Reinders replacement, yeah, I'd agree. It's Xhaka or King are the 2 I'd go for, I think. I'd probably bench Chalobah of those 2, Hawkeye. Looking at downgrading right now. I wouldn't have. I hate Rob Sanchez with a passion, mate. I think you've made the right call. I'll be honest with you. I do not like Rob Sanchez. Jake is off to watch Manning. Oh, mate, what a nightmare! I'm gonna be watching the Struber show versus Stoke today, and hopefully we'll go. We could even go into the top 3 in the championship if we win today. That's pretty good going, isn't it? Would you do Bowen to Mateta? Yeah, I'd consider it. Oh, Krupi Jr. is going to be the bane of my life. Would I put... If you were picking my bench, right, would you put Rodon or Krupi Jr. first on bench? Who would be your first bench here? Should it be Krupi Jr. or should it be Rodon? The United Strand has made today's game even more nervy. I'm sure he has. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. I've been thoroughly enjoying his stuff. I need a haircut as well. I am you can never see it on my videos, but I am actually growing out a bit of a mullet. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a mullet coming on. No, you can't. I'll give you the side profile. You see the side profile? We've got a mullet going on. Big ups, Krupi. Only thing is with Krupi is I've asked you a question and no one has answered my question. You know, all morning I've been answering your questions. And I ask a question: should I put Krupi Jr. first on my bench? And no one has answered my question. So that doesn't feel entirely fair, you know. Should I put Krupi first on my bench or should I put Rodon? Krupi Jr. should be in the first 11. Who's Krupi Jr. replacing then? I can't be starting Krupi Jr., mate. Surely not. The writing is not there on the wall for that. Krupi over Saka. Nah, surely not. Surely not. You're having me on. I'm gonna do that then. We'll do that. How about that? Next week, good bench boost team. I've already used my bench boost though. I've already used my bench boost. And I'll be honest, I'm not even sure I want to make a transfer to this team now. I mean, unless anyone gets injured, I'm pretty settled. It's just whether or how long I keep Saka for, really. If I were to use a free hit this week, I'd pick a team similar to this, but I'd probably have Mbumo instead of Semenyo, and I'd probably have Voltemada in there instead of Enzo. That'd probably be what I'd do. So let's see. Let's see how we get on. Let's see how we get on. Thank you, Top 10 Travel. You're very kind. I am going to be live for 3 hours, right, this morning, basically. And at some point, I'm going to need to dip away for a coffee. So I'm going to go and get a coffee at 9:30. That'll be like a halfway point on the stream. I'm going to go and make myself a coffee. And if we hit 200 likes, by the way, I'll do some more team reviews. Just saying. If we hit 200 likes, I'll do some more team reviews. And if we hit 19,000 subscribers on stream, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be over the moon. That's what I'll be. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, I will appreciate that. I do get tired streaming, mate. It is tiring business. It is tiring. Hello, Tom. Rodri is back, but I don't even know if he'll start. Like, I think he might come off the bench, might get limited minutes. I don't know. Not sure what week will be good for a free hit. I don't think you need to plan it too much. Top 10 travel, I hope so too, mate. That would be an absolute dream. I won't be able to do those two things though. I'll need like alongside YouTube and swimming, I'll need another plate to spin. I think I'll probably start a business of some description. But it would be cool, wouldn't it? I reckon Rodri plays, but it's limited minutes. Pepper's suggested that he's ready, but he's been injured quite a lot as Rodri, so yeah. Paquetá and Bowen to Minter and Welbeck or Voltemada. I would buy Minte and Mateta, to be honest, but Voltemada as well. Yeah, car review channel would be a dream. It would be an absolute dream. But I just don't think I have the time. And I don't know if I want this like new venture to be a YouTube channel. What's going on with my hair? I feel like I do enough YouTube stuff. I've got 2 YouTube channels at the moment. I'm just not sure I want to do another one. Are you purposely not reading this, King or Shalabar? No, but at the same time, I'd bench King. It is also great getting outdoors too, I'd agree. The more time I spend sat at my desk, the less I get happy, to be honest. I enjoy doing my YouTube stuff, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to be locked at my desk 12 hours a day. That is a bit too much. That is a bit too much for me. Niels, we can most certainly do that. We can most certainly do that. I can't get a dog, mate. I'm too busy for a dog. If I got a dog, the dog would have the worst quality of life of almost any dog. So I couldn't do that to a dog. 366. Oh, I've put it in the team name section. Do you snack during football? What? Occasionally. Sure. Doesn't everyone? Whose team am I looking at? Niels. I do love dogs, but I just couldn't have one. It's a good team, this. I do feel like Salah is just raiding your bank account. So instead of Salah, you could have Saka and Jai, or Saka and Mbumo. Or you could have Voltemada. It's a good... This team is absolutely fine for this week, but I just feel like Salah is like stealing your budget. He's like grabbing your budget and he's ripping it away from you. That's what Saka's doing. He's grabbing hold of your budget and he's taking that from you. What's your favourite Man United, mate? I'm a kind of dirty 2-team supporter where I follow both Man United and Bristol City, but Bristol City is my main team now. Definitely my main team. I know when Salah and Enzo instead of Bruno and Saka. Sorry to hear that, mate. Do you have Lemsip? I don't think I need Lemsip. I have 2 free transfers. Should I remove Tarkovsky or Estev and bring in Gahey or Munoz? My other defenders are Gabriel, Senesi, Anderson. I can't answer that. Why would my brain not be able to answer that? Should I remove Tarkovsky or Estev and bring in Gahey or Munoz? I wouldn't do either. I don't think I'd do either. You'll be fine. Liverpool and Bristol Rovers. All right, mate. Question for you, mate. Is it possible to do the live streams with one screen, or do you have to use two? I have to use two, but you can use one. It just depends if you want to share your screen. If you want to share your screen, you need another monitor. It suits my team structure to sell Semenyo. Yes, you're crazy. Should I sell Van Dijk for Gabriel? I think if you can, it makes sense. Yeah, if we hit 200 likes, ladies and gentlemen, if we hit 200 likes, we will do some more team reviews. Luke, good to see you, mate. I am keeping very well, thank you. I hope your life in FPL is all going well. Should I start Caicedo versus Spurs away or Xhaka versus Everton at home? Xhaka is my gut feel. Gibbs White versus Manu. What do you think? Or I'd go Gibbs White. Gakpo a good start. Premier League have ruined Boxing. Yeah, they have. Boxing Day is going to be interesting. JD Bond, good to see you, mate. Who would you bench between Semenyo, Gahey or Alderete? Semenyo, Gahey, Alderete. Alderete. Yeah, I'd start Gay. I'd start the other two. Took a 4-point hit, King to Anderson. Was it worth it? No. Absolutely not. People crying over lack of Boxing Day fixtures. Yeah, but Boxing Day football is tradition, mate. Yeah, Alderete could be back from his concussion. I think he's getting assessed today. That's why Luke's watching the stream then. We love that, mate. We're getting closer to be going part-time with this channel, mate, but I'm not sure yet. We're still juggling it all. It's a bit mental, to be honest, at the moment, but I'm surviving. If Saka blanks this week, would you consider Saka to Mbumo this week? No. Just no. Right, we're on 200 likes. I'm going to do some more team reviews. So we're going to do that now. So if you reply, I'm going to do another tweet. If you reply to this tweet with your team, and I will review it. I hope so, mate. I hope so. What am I doing? I'm sharing the stream. I don't want to do that. I want to share the tweet. We're going to get rid of that tweet. Remove. Oh. Reply to this tweet with your team to have it to be reviewed. There's the tweet. I'm going to pin it. There we go. Bloody hell, we got loads of people on it already. Huge. Right, my team is pretty similar to yours. It certainly is, mate. I don't think I'd make any changes, to be honest. It looks great. That looks great. Nicholas, Jovanovic, Pope, Gabriel, Burn, Munoz, Saka, Enzo. Good team. Don't need to do anything to that. Ooze, Pope. Saliba's not going to play, mate. So I'd probably have James first on my bench, but Saliba's not going to play. Other than that, it's a fine team. Suli, Raya, Mukiele, Gabriel, Gehi, Sarr, Semenyo, Saka, great team. That's on par with a free hit team for this week, I would say. FPL Mane, Donnarumma, Anderson, Konate, Rodon, Gordon, Salah, and Bumo. Who's Jeremy? I don't rate Jeremy. Sorry. Yeah, that's a horrible team. I don't like that, I'm afraid. I'd consider wildcarding, to be honest with you. I'd probably wildcard this team, and I'd follow my wildcard video as to what you should do with that one, mate. Bjork, this is a good team. I don't know what you're doing with that guy still, and I'm not sure about Caicedo and Pedro either. I think I'd do João Pedro to Mateta and Wirtz to... Wirtz to either Sarr. I'd do Wirtz to Sarr or Mbumo. That's what I'd do this week. Lee, Mateta in for Pedro. Like it a lot. I have 4 free transfers going into game week 11. Yeah, you don't need to do anything with this team. It's great. James Carr. Good team. I would start Rodon over Senesi, though. Yeah, I'd start Rodon over Senesi. Taylor. Raya, Gabriel, Calafiori, Gehi, Semenyo and Bumo. Great team. Great team. Go back to my team. FPL Hale made 5 free transfers this week. Bloody hell. Big one. You've got a great team, though, so you've used them well. Ian Parrin. What a legend. I'm very well. Yeah, you got a good team there, mate. I've got no suggestions for you. It's a great team. It's a great team. Jokeres, one more chance. Fair enough. Raya, Gabriel, Anderson. Yeah. Good team. That is a good team. Chung. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Ian Parham was up. Good team, Ian. Chung, good team. FPL Hale, that's a good team as well. Everyone's got a good team so far. I'm not really... I can't fault them. Would you start Caicedo over Njai? No, I wouldn't. Oh, Jeremy Pino. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. Mario, I think if I was on my free hit, I would... This sounds really cocky. I would pick a team very similar to the one that I have right now. I'd probably have Voltamada in it, and I'd probably have Mbumo in it. But other than that, this would be my team. This would be my team. It is almost... I'm going to go make a coffee. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go and quickly make a coffee.
Oh, there we go. Update your calendar. Does it still say? Well, that's embarrassing. It says October still. We'll change that now. It says November now. I love that, Glenn. Thank you, mate. I'm sure that's probably what a lot of people are doing. I think you could avoid playing Bournemouth versus Man City. Yeah, maybe, but I also don't think Man City are like... They're not the worst team. Honestly, Luke, I don't think I just wouldn't go different. I think if you're 301k overall right now, you don't need to go different until right near the end, to be honest. I don't think you need to change until right near the end. What's that, Philip? What's tell me. I've got my coffee now. We're good to go. Trying to set my team up before I get on a 7-hour flight from have fun in El Salvador, mate. Is that the country that guy... Is it Mukiele? He's cleaned it up. Yeah, it is Bukele. Sorry, not Mukiele. Fair enough, mate. Enjoy. I think so. I just feel like not captaining Haaland, the downside is so big if it doesn't pay off. Sorry, going against Haaland if it doesn't play off. And yeah, Semenyo I think could do well against Man City as well. Oh, I see. FPL Tom's team is identical. Not really. Honestly, no. We came to our own conclusions. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. Thoughts on other attackers? But you're going to have to ask me specific ones, I think, Philip, for that. Reinders, Paquetá, Dewsbury Hall, start one. Probably Reinders or Paquetá. Actually, Reinders, Paquetá or Dewsbury Hall. I'm going to pick the one with the best goal scoring probability. Reinders, Paquetá, Dewsbury Hall. 1.18 goals for Everton. It's Reinders this week, I think, mate. I go Reinders. I did have some other data to show you as well. Where's... Oh no, maybe I don't. No, that's the quiz. We're not doing a quiz this week. Maybe not. Eze, I'm not sure about Eze. I think Njai is better than Eze in FPL right now, I'll be honest with you. If you have Salah, is it worth captaining him over Haaland? Nah, not for me, mate. Petrovic, Dubravka, that's a lot to take in. It looks like a good team, mate. I wouldn't have Van Heck, though. I'd have Chris Richards. Oh, you can't. I'd have Anderson, then. Njai or Enzo on a free hit? Njai. Really tempted to start Gu. Why would you start Mark Gu? Well, actually, that's a good point, actually. He could play. With Delap being injured. Philip Kelly, my son has questions. Rangers or Caicedo? This week, Rangers. Long term, probably Caicedo. Bench 1, Van de Ven, Rangers or Dewsbury Hall? Van de Ven. Do you think Krupi Jr. will be benched even in game week 11? No, I think it's his place in the team to lose now with the form that he's in, I think, for Krupi Jr. Kudus, Caicedo, Rangers, start 2, bench 1. I would start Kudus and Rangers. Petrovic and Van Heck or Pope and Chimpong. Oh, I wouldn't have either of them, mate. I just wouldn't pick either. I'd have the Sunderland keeper instead, and a Palace defender or Anderson. Start Chimpong or Reynaldo. Probably Chimpong. No, Reynaldo. Reynaldo. Ignore me. When would you bench boost if you hadn't already done? Oh, it's impossible. There's no that is so individual to your team. Forest are due a good result. 3-0 Forest. Would you keep Bowen, Paquetá due for Burnley bench boost next week if you can bench this week? Oh, mate, that question's so hard. My phone keeps going off. There we go. Will Newcastle get clean sheet? I don't know. Start Tarkowski or Alderete? Gut feel is Tarkowski. You're captaining Gabriel. Interesting. Is Sesko a crazy shout? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't think he's the main threat for Man United, is he? Will Newcastle get clean sheet? I've already answered that. I think I would bench Senesi of that lot, TMC. Senesi and Chalobah, but Senesi is the number 1 to bench. Bruno to Mbumo, I wouldn't do that. Not for me. I don't think that's a move I would make. Saka gets the captaincy armband. Fair enough, bro. Thoughts on going Voltemada instead of Mateta? Already got Henderson, Munoz and Sarr. Yeah, I've got some data, Holly. I've forgotten to bear with. Just bear with a second. You're going to see the inner workings of my YouTube graphics. We'll put the score predictions on while I sort it out. I do have the data. I forgot to put it on the stream. I've got some data for you, Holly. Just bear with. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Right. There we go. And I'm just going to quickly change. So we're not doing the quiz today. So I'm going to put in that. There we go. Is that what you're after? Mate, I live in a flat and I was out yesterday evening at training. So I don't know. People could have come. I wasn't there.
But no, I don't think we would have had any. I live in a secure apartment building, so I'm not sure. Not sure they would have come. Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Mukiele. Yeah, good team. I'm just not sure about João Pedro anymore. Play 2 of Van der Ven, Tosin, Reinders, King. Probably Reinders and King. Play Reinders or Pedro or Rebecca White. That is tough. I'm going to say João Pedro. With no Liam Delap, I think he's going to play in an attacking position. And I just know it'd be my luck, right? I just know it'd be my luck that after I sell him, João Pedro does well. And I've sold him this week, so yeah, I think João Pedro does all right. Would you go Munoz, Sarr, and Mateta? I think it's fine. Haaland, Gabriel, or Saka captain? Did that help you, by the way, Holly? Hopefully that helped. We'll actually talk through the stats, shall we? We'll talk through the stats. So, projected goals-wise, Haaland is so clear of anyone else, it's ridiculous. He's got 0.91 projected goals this week. Second is Mateta with 0.6. Salah is 0.55, which is basically half of Haaland's projected goals. He's got a 60% chance of scoring one or more goal, which is outrageous. Sorry, a 60% chance of scoring, one or more goal. I mean, you look at the rest of the list here. This should give you an idea of how good a captaincy shout I think Haaland is, to be honest with you. Big risk going against Haaland this week. I would agree. I think the downside of doing it and it going wrong is just so much better, so much worse than it going right, I think. Yeah, well, you can, if you think Bournemouth have a good defence, then don't captain Haaland. On your head be it, mate. What are we thinking about my starting 11? Raya, Gabriel, James, Gahey, Saka, Grealish. It's good starting 11, mate. It is a good starting 11. Calmed my rogueness. Good. I think it's too rogue for me, I won't lie. It was a little bit too rogue. Burnley only conceded 2 at home. I think you could probably draw some conclusions from that. I don't think Arsenal-Burnley is going to be a very high-scoring game. I say that, and then I've done score predictions. I think I've got them winning 3-0. Yeah. Anyway. Ooh. Who to start, Chris Richards or Caicedo? My gut says Chris Richards of the two. I think they both get DEFCON. And Chris Richards' clean sheet is probably more likely than Caicedo goal. It's harder to stick some weeks when you want to play. Absolutely. It's like the casino, you know. You're playing blackjack. You've got 16. What do you do? You know, do you stick or do you twist? That's basically what this is. By the way, I'm in profit in my history in casinos. I won £50 playing blackjack, cashed it in, and never went to a casino again. No, any subs you'd make or bench boost. Thank you for the super chat, mate. That's very generous. Pope, Gahey, Gabriel, Timber, Sarr, Semenyo and Boomer, Rice, Voltamada. Bloody hell, that's a good team, that. My pleasure, Nofo. Thank you again. Thank you for the donation. Honestly, no, I don't think I'd make any changes. I think the team is absolutely fine. The only player in there that I wouldn't have is Declan Rice. And I think we'll see what the chat thinks. The team is absolutely fine. But I would ask the question, would you start Declan Rice this week or would you start Enzo Fernandez? That's the question that I would ask, I think. Now, what does the chat think? Would you start Enzo Fernandez or Declan Rice this week? I'm in two minds, really. I don't know. Start João Pedro or Semenyo. My gut says Semenyo of the two. I won't lie. My gut says Semenyo. I think, Noel, people are going to be 50-50 on Rice versus Enzo Fernandez. I really do. By the way, if you haven't already, please leave a like rating on the stream and drop a subscribe to the Golden Goal channel as well. Both are completely free and it really helps me out. It helps the stream out if you leave a like rating, and want to see if we can hit 19,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. That would be mega. So if you can help me towards that, I'd be very grateful. What we got then? What people saying? FPL Bulldog saying Rice. Aruna is saying Enzo. Hawkeye Fortune is saying Enzo. Philip is saying I would go Rice. Don't rate Enzo. Holly is saying Enzo. Interesting. Paul saying Rice. So Enzo's on set pieces as well. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm just going to go on mute while I blow my nose again. His points are class. Is that about me or someone else? I appreciate that, Max Ritchie. Thank you very much, my friend. We'll do some more team reviews. Yeah, we'll do some more team reviews in a second if we hit 250 likes. We're 19 away now. Is that my mic? No, that's my screen. Yeah, I need to clean that thing. It's a little bit... There we go. That's better. Start 2 from Dewsbury Hall, João Pedro. I would start João Pedro and Semenyo. Marcus Slim, it's really hard to say. I mean, it completely depends on your team, really. I think if I was on a free hit wins, I would pick Voltemada over Welbeck. And I would pick... I don't think I'd have Semenyo if I was on a free hit either. Who's good for goal odds this week? Gordon's quite high. Gakpo's quite high. Semenyo doesn't even appear on here. So I just don't... If you're on your free hit... I think if you're using a free hit, you have to pick a team that is different from what other people have. Otherwise, the free hit's kind of useless. So I don't think I'd have Semenyo if I was on a free hit. I think I would have... Ooh, hello. What's going on here? It's all moving around. Yeah, I don't think I'd have Semenyo. My Twitter handle will be just below, coming on in 3 seconds' time. There you go. Do you reckon Gyökeres is a bold cap over Saka and Haaland? Yeah, I wouldn't touch it, mate. Any changes? Starting Pope, Chalobah, Burn, Timber, Gabriel, Saka, Semenyo, Enzo, Volta. No, great team. Don't touch it. It's fine, absolutely fine team. By the way, legendary Homer Simpson mug will bring you good FPL fortune. You know what? Actually, I don't mind Krupi Jr. over Reinders. I think you could do a lot worse. I think you could do a lot worse than that. And by the way, if you haven't already, check out my Instagram as well, at Tom H Football on Instagram. I'd really appreciate that. See what I get up to outside of FPL. There's some swimming content. I don't even tell people how it went. So, do you want me to talk about how my swimming competition went at the weekend? I don't know if anyone's actually bothered, to be honest, but I can if people are interested. But yeah, I was away last weekend, so I couldn't stream, but I'm back. Concerning how I've ended up with this dilemma, but who would you start between Reinders and Paquetá? I think I'd start Reinders, mate. Anderson or Richards to buy? Probably Richards. What's your score prediction for Brighton? We've done some score predictions, haven't we? There you go. That's my score predictions. You asked me, Brighton. I got them beating Leeds 2-1. Yeah, we had the 100 freestyle Holly on Friday, and for, I don't know, best part of 3 years, I've been trying to break a minute in the 100 freestyle. Can we? Oh, we can't. There's me. We go out like an absolute train. We lead the heat, basically half a body length clear of everyone. We're strong, looking strong into the first turn. Second length, we're sprinting. The legs are out the water, absolutely flying. I had to cut out part of it because it's boring to watch and I basically die. But you can see there I'm leading into the turn, about a second ahead of anyone else. And then I'm dead. You are literally watching a dead man. My legs don't work anymore. There's no splash from my legs and I am literally crawling over the line. But we did a 59.99. For 3 years, I've been trying to break 1 minute in the 100 freestyle. And we did it on Friday last week. So let's go. Absolutely. And I've had a shoulder injury all summer, so I've not been able to put in the volume of training to get the fitness to do a good 100 freestyle. So I'm not fit enough yet to keep the speed up, basically. So, yeah. There we go. That was my weekend. I had a great weekend. It was fantastic fun. I'm thinking of going Gabriel as captain, go against the crowd of Haaland. What's your thoughts to climb the rank? I'd stick it on Haaland, mate. I think offside footy, there may be a chlorine allergy involved, but I haven't swum since Wednesday. I think I last cleaned my room a couple of weeks ago. I just think the place needs another clean, so that's probably what it is. It's just a little bit dusty. Why are you all so slow? How fast can you do a 100-metre freestyle then, mate? You asking why I'm slow. What's your 100 freestyle PB? And also, mate, I don't really swim the 100. I am a pure sprinter. So 100 is a real stretch for me. I just do 50. I think my PB for a 25-3 is 10.9, I think. So yeah, not too shabby. The best element of my swim is the first 10 seconds because I've got really good power output, and as soon as any endurance is needed, I sort of fall apart basically. Your aim is to break 2 minutes over 1,500 meters. That's absolutely impossible in the pool. 2 minutes per 100 meters. That's definitely doable, mate. Definitely doable. João Pedro to Mateta. Yeah, that's the move I made this week. Is it worth doing a -4 to bring in Sarr? It depends who you're selling, but probably not. Start one of Van Dijk, Siemens or James. Siemens for me. I'd always just start an attacker most of the time. So yeah, I'd say Xavi Siemens for me. Mate, the lactate was I don't even want to be measured, to be honest. I couldn't even get myself out of the pool. Play Lacroix or Anderson? I'd probably play them both, mate. Who is in their way in your team? Unless you have two Arsenal defenders, I'd play them both. Yeah, mate. I've been trying that. I've been trying to break a minute so often, and because I had a shoulder injury all summer, my expectations for that meet were just nothing. I wasn't putting any pressure on myself to perform. Really, I was a little bit nervous when I actually got behind the block, but yeah, I was pretty chilled, to be honest. That's probably why I did it. FPL Bulldog, lovely to see you, mate, and yeah, take care, my friend. Bench 1, Semenyo, Sarr, Mbumo, Kudus, and Jai. Gut feel is Kudus there. 1 free transfer and bring in Sarr to Rangers and Mukiele to VVD. It doesn't make sense because it's not 1 free transfer, is it? I think 3-5-2 is the best formation, to be honest with you, mate. I'm obviously going to say that, though. Play 2, I would play Rodon and Tarkovsky. Oh, no. I would start Alderete because he either starts or he doesn't feature at all. And I'd probably start him alongside Tarkovsky, to be honest with you. No Coleman. I actually don't hate that. I would consider 4 at the back and benching Caicedo if I was you. Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours and we've still got an hour and a half to go. Let's see if I can hang in there, shall we? Let's see if I can hang in there. When will there be time? I don't know what you mean by that question, Mohammed. Hang in here better than you swimming. What does that mean? Some of your guys' chat messages are really hard to make sense of, I'm afraid. I'm trying my best, but you have to word them in a way that I can answer. Gameweek 16, I think, is when you get your transfers for AFCON, mate. Okay, I nearly died. I did nearly die. I find, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I can push myself to a point in training and in a race where like my vision literally starts to tunnel in and I can pass out, and I was nearly at that stage in that race, I won't lie. Pope, Gabriel, Munoz, Timber, Njai, Mbumo, Sarr, Saka, Mateta, Voltemada, Haaland. Would you make any changes? None at all. No, that is perfect. That is bang on. That is a really good draft. Maybe it's just Pope and goal. It's just Pope and goal. Like, let's have a look. Who's got better clean sheet odds? It's just, yeah, it's whether you think someone else is more likely than Newcastle to keep a clean sheet. That's it, really. If you think someone is, then change him, but that's all I can really add, I'll be honest with you. It's all I can really add. No, Leap, it is new. It's really annoying because it then means I have to try and either guess what someone's name is from their username, or some people have an unbelievably complicated username that you can't even call them anything. It's really annoying, and yeah, I don't like it. I just wish people went by their normal names, to be honest. Are Richards and Bowen good enough to play? Yeah, you can stick by that. But I'd probably do Bowen to Voltemada, to be honest. I actually am not opposed to that. I keep Richards, but Bowen to Voltemada is not a bad move, in my opinion. Play Anderson over Caicedo. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I think I said that to someone else. I think I'd probably do that. Whom to start? Goose, Stack, Van de Ven, Senesi. Van de Ven. I mean, what is the week? Yeah, game week 16, mate, is when AFCON is, so you can work that out for yourself, really. Thoughts on Salah captain as a punt? I do also have Haaland. Can't help but think Bournemouth will give City a proper game. We'll see. Still think Haaland's going to do well, though, even if they do. Pricey, good to see you, my friend. Just chiming in to say hey. I appreciate that, mate. Keeping João Pedro against my better judgment. Yeah, I've sold it, mate, which probably means he's going to score. So good luck to you. I've probably blessed João Pedro for you. Eamon, thank you, mate. I would say Voltemada, 100% Voltemada over Enzo. I'm almost of a point where I'm regretting that fifth midfielder over Voltemada now. That could be a move I make further down the line. But definitely I would have Voltemada this week over Enzo. Can you tell I've had a coffee now? Man City love playing us at home. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a Haaland double. Yeah, we'll see. I also think Bournemouth away from home defensively is very different to Bournemouth at home. That's a stat I saw. Minte over Njai on wildcard. Not for me. I think Njai is one of the best midfielders in the game. He's just got so many routes to points, mate. He's got so many routes to points. If you're new around here, by the way, and you haven't done already, please leave a like rating on the stream. If we do 250 likes, I will do some more team reviews. And so we'll do some team reviews on Twitter if we hit 250 likes. And please subscribe to the channel as well. I think we have a good chance of hitting 19,000 subscribers by the end of the week. Or by the end of the weekend. So if you can help me with either of those two things by leaving a like or subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. Foot tweet. What are you talking about, mate? Foot tweet. What does this mean? I don't know what this means. And someone was asking me about the morning stream. We can use it. We can talk about it. So the morning stream I did on Wednesday is all part of the FPL cartel, which I am starting with my good mate FPL Tom. I've always wanted to work with him on something, and it's a really good opportunity, I think, to do that. It's going to be a paid thing, so we'll ask you to sign up that way. As part of the FPL cartel, you're going to get an exclusive weekly podcast, a private Discord, where in that Discord you will also be able to ask questions for the weekly podcast, and we'll also do a members-only mini league with some prizes as well. So if you want to join the FPL cartel, got to learn how to say that properly, considering it's my business now. Sign up using the link in the description below. We're a few days away from getting everything set up, but check out the link in the description below, and when we're live, we will announce it, and you'll be able to sign up. But I'm super excited to start the cartel. Super excited. Me and FPL Tom are not related. well, last season there was a meme going around on Twitter of all of the FPL YouTubers being in a cartel that had all the insider information on whether players are going to start or whatever, like team news, whatnot. We were all called the FPL cartel. It became a bit of a running meme, and we've decided to go off the back of that and start a thing together. It's his lover. Yeah, we're in love, mate. So yeah, we're on 250 likes, by the way. It's not true. I'm not in the cartel in any shape or form. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm going to do some more team reviews now, if anyone wants their team reviewed. So we'll do some more team reviews. I'm going to do another tweet. Reply to this tweet for a team review. Post. And copy link. Bosh. I'm going to pin the tweet. So if you want your team reviewed, reply to that tweet that I've just put in. So this will be the last round of team reviews we do, I think. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you do want a team review as well. Make sure to drop us a follow. We're not brothers, mate. We live probably 200 miles away from each other. He's a northern lad. I'm a southern lad, mate. We're not brothers. I hate to disappoint you. Let's have a goosey, see if anyone's replied. Any teams to review? Oh, we've got a few. Okay, Martin, Pope, Timber, James, Lacroix. It's a good team. It is a good team. That is a good team, that. K, Raya Dubravka, Diakite, interesting. It's not bad, mate. I personally, in my personal team, would have another Arsenal defender in there, probably at the cost of Van Dijk. I probably wouldn't have João Pedro and have Mateta, and I'd probably downgrade Reinders to like Saka. But if I was making one move this week, I would buy Gabriel for Virgil van Dijk. Absolutely 100% I would make that move. What is Gabriel's price? Yeah, I'd do it now. Gabriel to Van Dijk. That'd be my move. Yeah. Sorry, Van Dijk to Gabriel, I should say. After having my coffee, I am desperate for the loot. So I'm just going to nip away for 2 minutes while I do that.
What was people asking me? What makes you think Brentford will score? Well, they got a good team. Opinions on Lammon's United defence is much better. I just still think you could do better, but he's becoming a consideration, isn't he? Good old Lammon's. Someone's asking me about Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, I've got Saka, Gabriel, and Raya. I can't buy another Arsenal player, even if I wanted to at this point, unfortunately. Have you ever captained a player? Yeah, but I did it a couple seasons ago in Gameweek 38, and it didn't pay off. I'm not going to call him that. I don't rate Cherky as an FPL option. Someone won Super 6, did they? That is huge. That is massive. About damn time someone won that, I would say. City fan 8? You probably did, mate. Do stop and say hello if you see me in that area again. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Do say hello. I won't say exactly where I live, but I do live somewhere in the vicinity of Bedminster. So yeah. Come and say hello if you spot me again. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Anderson, Mukiele, and DCL? Yeah, why not? Why not? Bench boost Dubravka, yeah, I'd bench boost that one as well, Ali. Yes, mate. Big ups. I won't talk, if you wouldn't mind keeping it a bit low key about where we both live. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go to the gym after this stream. So yeah, if you want to come and say hello, feel free. I need to do a little bit of mobility because I'll have been sat down for 3 hours to do this stream. So yeah, if you want to come and say hello, do give us a shout. Cody Rhodes or Anderson? Who is Cody Rhodes? I don't know. Is that the wrestler? Because it's obviously Anderson. What do you think of making Gyökeres captain? Nah, not for me. Not for me, mate. I assume if your username, by the way, is CityFan8, you must be a Bristol City fan if you're in Bedminster. So yeah, what do you reckon of this season, mate? Crazy, innit? I also, well, I'm gonna sell myself. I also have a Bristol City fan channel as well that I started this season. It's called The Robin's Nest. So if you want to check that out as well, if you're a Bristol City fan. What am I saying, Man City? If you're a Bristol City fan, check that out. You might enjoy it. Seb's in Clift. Look at you, posh boy. Fair enough. Bristol's great, isn't it? I think it's up there. It probably is my favourite city in the UK, really. I will say. I grew up down in Somerset, so it's the natural city for me to move to. But yeah. Thoughts on captaining Mbeumo over Haaland? Nah. I'd always want to captain a penalty taker in FPL, to be honest with you. Just flew back home from Amsterdam. I hope you had a good trip, mate. Why don't content creators go different? Well, mate, I'll be honest with you. I think this is the best team in FPL right now. Pretty much the best team looks like this. So why would I pick a different team to what I think is the best team in FPL? I just don't want to change. I think this is a good team. Oh, good luck for your away day, mate. I hope they play well. You think we'll win? I think it's probably going to be a draw against Stoke today. They're good at Stoke. They are good. But yeah, massive game. Oh, as you can see, I've got the scarf from the Man City game there. Best United mid. It's Bruno still for me, mate.
Should I bench boost next week with Vicario, Bogle, Senesi, and someone else under 5.6 million? Could you recommend someone? Should I bench boost next week with Vicario, Bogle, and someone else? Cole Palmer, depends on the position as well. Let me know what position you need. Munoz for Tarkovsky and or Caicedo for Sarr this week. Planning to move Gyökeres on for Mateta next week. Munoz for Tarkovsky and or Caicedo. Yeah, I don't mind both of those moves. Yeah, all of that makes sense. I think personally I would prioritise Mateta over your defender. I think. But then selling Gyökeres ahead of playing Burnley is tough, isn't it? Yeah, but you say all those are great, but why would I transfer out the players that I have now to get them in? I just don't think it's worth it. Only chip I have left is triple captain. Oh yeah, team reviews. We got some more, have we? Let's have a quick look. Andy McGurk. Good team. I got no comments. That's another good team. Interesting to see someone with Henderson in goal. I don't actually hate that. This is another really good team. It's basically my team, so I'm obviously going to say it's good. Yeah, if you want your team reviewed, check out the pin message and reply to the tweet. Sorry, that was a personal friend of mine that now follows the channel, so I gave him a follow. Munoz from Gahey, a good pick. Right, Gabriel. This is a great team. Whoever sent this in. I don't know your name. I can't read Japanese. But it's a good team. I can't read kanji text, but it's a good team, that. Timber or Calafiori? Timber for me. I think his minutes are more secure. Triple captain Garner. Mate, go for it. Who would you do? DCL? I tell you what, if you triple captain Garner, it doesn't pay off. Feel free to have a moan at me on Sunday morning because it didn't pay off. Tell me it's all my fault that you triple captain James Garner and tweet me about it as well. Tell me you're going to report me to the police. Would you do DCL down to Goo to enable Reinders to Sarr? DCL down to Goo. I don't think that's terrible. I don't mind that, Davies family. I don't mind it. If you can get Krupi Jr. instead, though, I probably would do that. You need a midfielder under 5.6. I would get Xhaka. Sells to Pope for a -4. No. Bench Richards or Anderson. I'd probably start both of them, to be honest with you, Charlie Walker. You always see those trades. Yeah. But you also have to think, there's 12 million people playing this game. Someone's going to do something rogue that works. Fen Alexander. Have you? Which one's you? I have to refresh, do I? I haven't got a reply. Yeah, I'd do that, Charlie Walker. It sounds mad, but I genuinely think Anderson and Richards with DEFCON could well score more points than João Pedro this week. You might think that's mad, but I think it could happen. Reynaldo or Cucurella? I'd play Cucurella, mate. I would play Cucurella. João Pedro was essential 3 weeks ago, but now he's a sell. I'm not sure João Pedro was essential, actually. But yeah. I think if you look crap 3 weeks in a row, that probably means that he's a sell, doesn't it? Let's be honest. I have 5 free transfers. I brought in Mateta and Sarr for João Pedro and Kudus. Still have 3 free transfers and still thinking of doing Donnarumma, Bruno and Gyökeres to Raya, Saka, Welbeck. No, I wouldn't do that. You had him in the wildcard. I did. That doesn't mean he's essential, though. That just means I picked him on my wildcard. Bench boost on Dubravka, Reinders. Yeah, go for it, mate. It's fine. João Pedro looks like he's got rickets. I don't know what the symptoms of rickets are, to be honest. Oh, João Pedro is scoring this weekend, almost definitely. Do you think Van de Ven can score? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do. I don't see why not. Is Cunha a good differential at the moment? Yeah. It's not bad. He's not bad at all. I don't hate it. I think you could do a lot worse. Munoz and Mbumo, or Gehi and Fernandez. Gehi and Fernandez, the two that I've got, mate. Take a -4 to change Isaac and Reinders to Mateta and Mbumo. I would just do one of those moves. I would just do Isaac to Mateta, mate. I don't think you need to take a hit. Oh. My chair keeps getting stuck. Sorry, there we go. You replied again. What tweet are you replying to, bro? Oh, there you are. Who to captain? Why didn't it show up in my notifications? I'd captain Haaland, mate. And gut feel is I'd start Mukiele over Van de Ven as well. And I put Dewsbury Hall first on my bench. Let's see if we've got any other replies. Don't think we do. Steve? That's a good team, that. Very good team. Someone's a spam, apparently. Neil. Oh, right, he's replied with, oh. I like this one, Neil. I like that one. That's good. Go with that one. Nathan Walsh. Yeah, good team. Good team. If you haven't already, by the way, please leave a like rating on the stream. If we do 300 likes, we'll... I'll also... what will I do? I will do some more team reviews. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I would really appreciate that. It'd be amazing. If we can do... I think... with a fair wind and everything going well, we've got a chance of hitting 19,000 subscribers this weekend. So if you can help me by leaving a like rating and subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. We are on course, I think, for 20k subs by the end of the year. But if we could do 19,000 this week, I'd be very grateful. Is Van de Ven a great option to start? He's not great, but he's an option, sure. Sebastian, I'm doing very well, mate. I hope you are too. Gyökeres or Saka, the one I've got in my team, mate. Just a couple of weeks leap. We'll just do them as and when I'm available. I need some free evenings each week, so yeah, it's just an odd thing. So you think? So let's just put this into context, right? You can get 200 subs this week, so I can do 200 subscribers in a week. By the way, this is, I'm not chasing numbers as such, but it's nice to have a subscriber goal. You think I can get 200 subscribers in a week, which would push me to 19,000 subs. But I can't get to 20,000 by the end of the year. Just do the maths on that one and work it out. Just do the maths, mate. I think it's very possible. Just reply to your tweet and subbed. Thank you, mate. There you are. Thoughts? Should I somehow start Semenyo? No, I don't know who he comes in for. Minter's the one I wouldn't play, but then I think you have to bench him. You can't do the maths. Well, it's like 8 weeks till the end of the year, isn't it? And you think I can do 200 subscribers in a week. So do the maths. So it means I should hit it. I think we should hit it, ladies and gentlemen. And also there's quite a lot of FPL to go until the end of the year as well. Brandon, Donnarumma, Timber, Byrne, Gabriel, Gahey. Good team, that. Good team. Cayman. Another good team. Another good team. I've got no comments, mate. These are all really good teams you're sending me. 2 good teams there. There will be FPL on Boxing Day, though. The FPL deadline is going to be Boxing Day evening. It's not going to be quite the same feeling as other years, but there will be a deadline. So that's something. Can I bench Van de Ven for Senesi? Yeah, you can. I'm probably going to go home for Boxing Day. Sorry, I will be live on Boxing Day, is what I was trying to say. I'll probably come back here from home to stream and then probably do some things with my family that week. You might have to spend time with your family, mate. And or go outside for a day. That might be how you have to spend your Boxing Day, I'm afraid. Please, Mr. Golden Goal. Let's have a look, Joe Walker. I think I looked at it. You're the spam guy, aren't you? No, you're not. Where's your team then? I don't see Joe Walker. Don't see you, mate. The tweet you need to reply to is the pinned comment in the chat, by the way. Yeah, it's so true. University, I don't even know what your username is, but that's very true because I just think there's such a small pool of players to pick from at the moment. I just don't think, I think there's such a small pool of players. I really do. I'd probably start Ekitike, you know. I really like Ekitike. I'd probably start him. I'd probably start Ekitike. I probably would. I just think it's because there's a small pool of players that are the best in the game, mate. DEFCON is part of it, but yeah, it's just my opinion. Love that. Love that. I love that leap. How about now? Let's have a look, Joe Walker. Is that you? Watching. Loving the stream. Watching on my break. Well, we appreciate that, mate. Sanchez, Munoz, Gabriel, Timber. Good team. Is that your team, Joe, though? Where is Joe's team? There he is. Raya Dubravka. Yeah, really good team, this. What would I do with that spare money? I think I would upgrade Caicedo to Mbumo. I would do Caicedo to Mbumo and then play Mukiele, Tarkowski, Gabriel, Njai, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo and Mbumo, and Haaland and Gyökeres, bench Krupi Jr. That's probably what I'd do. Van de Ven or Senesi? I'd probably play Van de Ven. I'm thinking of replacing Richarlison for Thiago. No. I'd get rid of Richarlison, but not for a hit. I had 2 free transfers, did João Pedro to Mateta and Kudus to Sarr. I have triple Palace now with Richards. Was this a good move? Yeah, I like it. I probably would have bought Njai, but at the same time, I think Sarr is very decent, mate. Start Gakpo. I'd start Gakpo. Semenyo has dropped off a bit. He has. I think Krupi Jr. playing has actually not helped. Mbumo, though? Yeah, I think Mbumo is one of the best. Yeah, I think I'd go Mbumo. I really do. Especially if you already have Bruno Fernandes. I think I'd pick... what am I doing? I think I'd pick Mbumo. Yeah, I do like Njai over Sarr. I just think penalties, DEFCON, he's got so many routes to points. There's Njai. So many routes to points. And the fixtures are not too bad. Low block Forest worries me for Mbumo. We'll see, mate. We'll see. I like Mbumo. Feel free to have that opinion, though. Van de Ven or Senesi to start? Van de Ven. What do you think of Kudus to Mbumo? I don't hate it. Do I do Tarkowski to Munoz? Yeah. I don't think Tarkowski's a sell, though. I sold him because I needed the money to do João Pedro to Mateta. So that was the reason I got rid of him. Not because I didn't think he was good, but it was really the only way I could do it. What would you recommend for midfield? I wouldn't have Bruno Guimaraes in my FPL team. I don't think he's worth it. I think I'd have my team, but with Voltemada instead of Enzo Fernandez and Mbumo instead of Semenyo, and then pretty much pick this team. I support 2 teams, Caleb Bennett, which some people don't like, but I support Bristol City and Man United, mate. I'm also wondering what to do with João Pedro. Don't have enough funds. I just roll, mate. I wouldn't get... If Welbeck isn't your ideal replacement, I just roll. Shout out from South Africa. Could you help me out? Manu 95. Is that... You tweeted me, have you? What do you need help on? Would you bench Gahey to Njai? I'd actually bench Pedro Neto for Njai, to be honest with you. Bristol City and Bolton Wanderers. That is that's quite the clash, Mr. Alexander Fenn. What if they play each other? Who do you support then? I guess next season Bristol City are going to be playing Man United, aren't they? Because they're going to get promoted. I would favour Bristol City in those. 100% favour Bristol City in those scenarios. Do you think he will cut the hair? We'll see. My rank last season, 24k overall, mate. Could you rate my team? Sure. Where's your team? Championship class next year, yeah. I'm worried for West Ham, you know. I think West Ham and Wolves could be going down at the moment. Adam Byram, the Sky legend. I remember you, mate. Raya, Gabriel, good team. I literally have nothing to say. Foden is interesting, but it's a good team, mate. I can't give you any feedback other than saying it's a good team. Tarkowski and Foden would be the ones I'm a little bit uncomfy about, but you don't need to sell them. No way. Start Munoz or Mukiele. By the way, this guy that put the super chat in, Thimble, I want to help you, but I can't. Start Munoz or Mukiele. Munoz. 100% Munoz. Start Enzo or Anderson. Probably go Enzo. I'll probably say Enzo. You get any prize for winning your mini league? Yeah, you get a golden goal mug and a packet of biscuits of your choice, mate. Let's have a quick look at the mini league. Actually, we haven't looked at the mini league in a while. How's the mini league going? I'm 98th in my own mini league, which I'm quite proud of. Chris C is top at the moment. I reckon Chris C must be like number 1 in the world or something crazy like that. So he's got 627 points. I can sign it if you want, mate, but I'm not really a celebrity, so I don't think 627 points. Yeah, he's one of the top players in the game right now. I can sign the mug if you want, mate, but I don't feel like I'm... No one wants my signature, mate. You could say that about every week in FPL, I think, Joe. The thing for me about transfers, I just think there's such a small pool of players to pick from that it isn't really that complicated. Do you have great handwriting? Pope, Gahey, Timber, Gabriel. Okay. Good team. No worries, Mohammed. You don't have to send a super chat. £5 on eBay. I'm not even sure it'd fetch £5, mate, to be honest with you. I think Sunderland will stay up. I would be inclined to agree with you, mate. I'm actually thinking of captaining Gabriel or Voltemada. Fair enough. Enjoy or Minte? Enjoy for me. Prioritise these players. Or I'd say they are the same. I can't prioritise them. They're all as good as each other. Genuinely, I think they're all as good as each other. I can't prioritise them. I'd probably say that is the correct order, to be honest, if there was an order. I'm not sure Rice is a substitute for Saka, though. I just think the 3 Arsenal spots are so valuable that spending one of them on Rice probably isn't worth it. I'm planning to start 3 midfielders. I would start all 5 of them. Genuinely start all 5. Will you be live streaming? No, mate. I'll be watching Bristol City at 3 PM. Which player is the most overhyped in the game, in your opinion? Probably Saka, to be honest with you. Or Gyökeres. There isn't really an overhyped player, I don't think. I think every player deserves their hype, if that makes sense. I'll be honest with you. If you could change anyone in your team right now for free, who would you do? I wouldn't. Maybe this week I'd change Enzo Fernandez out and get Voltamada in, if that was at all possible. Will you do any more transfers? No, I'm done, mate. Which players? I've already answered that. Hi there. I have to start one of Reinders, Rodon, or DCL. I think I'd go DCL. I think I would go DCL. I am not doing any more transfers, though. I think my transfers are done. Thank you very much. Any plans for free hit? I think, unless there's a double game week, I'm going to use my triple captain in 13. And then my free hit, I don't know. I'm still a little bit loose on my planning of my free hit, I've got to say. I'm still a little bit. I'm staying fast and loose on it. I'm staying fast and loose. That's all right, Mohammed. You don't have to do anything. You keep your money, mate. You don't have to. There's no pressure. I would never beg anyone to do something like that. Don't worry about it, mate. I'm really tempted to captain Voltamada. Do it then. I would not do it, but if you're really tempted, do it. I've got Calafiori. I would not triple captain Calafiori. No way. Tell me why. Like, what is the benefit? Tell me why. What's the benefit? You know? I think we're going to wrap up the stream soon as well. We'll make it 3 hours in total, and then we'll wrap it up. How about that? We'll wrap it up. I never want to hear you say. I want it that way. Tell me why.
Build a website you love.
Going big, weren't we?
With Wix.
Going big on the songs.
For your words, create your brand.
What is the longest you've ever streamed? 4 hours, something like that, I think.
Feeling a vibe? Run with it. From Can't Look Away.
It's not worth it, like in my opinion.
We're just watching Tom. Big ups. I think we're going to wrap up the stream in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here. I've kind of just dipped in energy, and I need to do a video this evening and stuff as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll end things here. I will be back this evening with a video. Definitely have a video out this evening. Lauren Cloud, wait, please. Rodon for me. Definitely. I'll go Rodon. Hopefully that helps you. We're going to end things there if that's all right, ladies and gents. I will see you tonight with a video. And yeah, good luck this game week.